Hi, welcome to the first Holist cooking video. The reason I've decided to go into YouTube as well is I just want to be able to give everyone longer form videos to go through the actual cooking processes more, because we always get so many questions about that, and also going into all the beautiful health benefits of food more, because that is what we do. So today we're going to make crispy, crunchy salmon tostadas, and the focus of today's recipe is going to be all around brain health. So we're going to start with making up our salmon and our spice mix to go with our salmon, and that's going to be going in the oven for a while, and it's really fast recipe. It comes together really easily. So we're going to start with our lovely little salmon fillets, and we're just going to start by cubing them up into nice really little small chunks. So we're just going to do, I'm really bad with measurements, but I would say a centimeter cube is what? So really small diced up salmon. Just going to cut it lengthways and cut it into its little cubes. And it also does not have to be perfect at all. Now, this salmon is also a wild salmon, and I think that is honestly one of the most important things that I can get through to you guys in this. Obviously, it's going to cost more, but unfortunately, the state of our fish situation, especially down here in Australia, is that if it's not wild, it's honestly probably not going to be doing you any benefits. So that is all of our salmon beautifully cubed up. And now all we're going to do is just add that into our bowl here. So now you've got your little bowl of salmon and it's ready to be spiced up. So we're going to do oregano, cumin powder, coriander powder, paprika, smoked paprika, and salt and pepper. It's really easy. You're literally just going to do about a teaspoon of each, and that's about it. So whilst we do a teaspoon of each, and then we can adjust to see if we need more, we're going to go through, so classic salmon. Why is salmon the ultimate brain health food? So salmon is an incredible brain health food because, of course, it is rich in your omegas, so your EPA and your DHA. So these are fatty acids which are so crucial for the brain function and development. So DHA in particular is a major structural component of the brain and plays such a big role in your neurotransmitter function and synaptic plasticity and membrane fluidity. It's just basically incredible for getting your brain to actually function as it should. It's also so incredibly anti-inflammatory, which we all know is associated with so many different conditions, including different cognitive conditions. And now you may see that I'm not measuring, I'm eyeballing, but you can eyeball too, and that's okay. So doing oregano now, and now we're doing our salt. And again, you can always adjust this to whatever you like. I like mine pretty salty. I'm using a Celtic sea salt. You also don't have to do that. It's just added minerals. And then I like to go pretty pan on the black pepper. Alright. Then we're just going to mix that all together. Mixing all your spices together across your salmon. And we're going to now do a generous glug of olive oil so that these puppies can get ready for the oven where they're going to crisp up and get absolutely delicious, but they're also going to do that really quickly because they are so small. Getting some parchment paper and pouring on your delicious spiced up salmon. If you have an air fryer, you could absolutely do that in one of these. But I'm someone who has just never quite given in to the air fryer trend. Into the oven goes your salmon at about 200 degrees. So whilst our salmon is busy roasting in the oven for the next 15-20 minutes, we're going to get our avocado ready for our guac. And this is a really easy guac. We're not even fully smushing it. We are just going to cube it up. It's really satisfying. By cube it up, what I mean is we are literally just going to do, so you're going to do lines, vertical lines, horizontal lines, and then you're literally just going to scoop that into your bowl. Doing this left-handed so you can see. And hopefully, moment of truth, it's a good avocado. Thank the Lord. And we're just going to add half a chopped jalapeno into there as well, before we smush it all around. I like to do mine in relatively small chunks. And I'm just going to pop that all in your avo. So whilst I squeeze my lime juice in, we're just going to talk about how avocados are also going to be adding to your beautiful brain healthy benefits of this recipe. So we all know they are so rich in healthy fats called monounsaturated fats. So these are so important for our brain health, as well as they help maintain the integrity of cell membranes in the brain, and this allows for efficient communication between brain cells. I'm just going to add a pinch of salt into this guac now as well. And whilst we are still here, the avocado is also incredibly rich in antioxidants, things like vitamin E, and that really help bring down any oxidative stress in the brain. So like we said before with the salmon, reducing any inflammation and stress on the brain can help reducing so many risks of different cognitive disorders, things like depression, dementia, Alzheimer's, so many things. I'm also just going to add in more black pepper, but not too much, because we've got lots of chili in there. And now we're just going to muddle that around until it's nice and smushy, but not too smushy, because we actually want the avocado to sort of hold its shape a little bit on this one. And if there's any big chunks like that, you can just cut them back up. It doesn't have to look perfect. Once that's done, you can just pop that aside for later. And now we're going to get our tortillas ready. So these are corn tacos. I love these ones. What brand are they? La Tortilleria. Probably pronounced that very wrong. I'm so sorry. And what are so good, these are literally corn and sea salt. That is their only ingredient. There's nothing else weird in them. Of course you could make them, but that is just a whole other process. So what we're going to do for these, we're going to roast them and toast them in the oven. And this is just, I'm going to do a couple servings. So we're going to do 2. And we're going to get them ready so that they get really crunchy, and we can put the salmon on and it'll be really delicious. So you're just going to need a little tray again with some baking sheet on it. Whack them on there. Grab some more olive oil. And you're just going to drizzle that a little bit in the center of both. And we're just going to do a teeny little bit of extra salt. You totally don't have to, but just helps season them, makes them that little bit extra nice, more like a corn chip. Now this next step, you of course can totally use a pastry brush, but why use a pastry brush when you have fingers? We're just going to paint that oil generously all over our tostadas so they're beautiful and covered in oil. So they're going to go in the oven now, also at 200 degrees, and they should be ready at the same time the salmon is out and crispy. Our guac is ready. At this point you can really just add any additional crunch that you want. I've got some radishes in my fridge that I think I might chop up so we can add a little bit of extra crunch to it. And then I get my coriander ready, and then it's just really assembly and eating. They're just so cute. I'm probably just going to do one because I probably don't need more than that. I'm just going to slice it up. I'm also going to slice up the rest of this jalapeno to have on the top as well. If you don't like super spicy things, maybe miss that one out. I'm going to do really nice thin slices just because it's only going to be a couple over the top, just for me, because I love them. Then I'm going to slice up my cute little radish. Again, really nice thin slices. You see everything in there starting to crisp up really nicely. They are all looking pretty ready to me. I also got a little bit of yogurt to have with it, just for the added probiotics. So start off with one of your beautiful, crispy, crunchy tostadas. Just look at that. Oh. Then what you're going to do, you're just going to add your spoonful of some Greek yogurt onto that on the bottom. Smush that around. Does not have to be a work of art. Evidently, look at that. Literally just paint it. If you were my sister, we'd call this doing a Mona Lisa. And you're just going to pour some of your beautiful guac you made earlier. Just do about half of it. Stunning. And now it's time time for your salmon. I'm just going to do, again, about half. Sprinkle that on. Oh, they're so crunchy. Yes. Beautiful. And then you're just going to pimp it out. So I've got radishes, jalapenos, and coriander. Just going to plonk them in and around. Tuck them in. Extra little bits of crunch in and throughout. Totally just went rogue and decided to make a second one, but with coriander. Squeeze a lime. And enjoy your crispy, crunchy salmon tostadas. You ready for the crunch? Ready for the ugly eating? Yum. It did all just fall on the plate, but it's good.